Okay, a short video on looking at browsers and the JavaScript console and debugging JavaScript programs. The browser has great effect on how well you can work with and debug your Java programs. My preferred browsers, number one, is Firefox. Firefox has lots of tools built in to help you work on JavaScript. Number two, I'd say, is Chrome. The browsers I'd avoid are the Microsoft browsers. I've always hated their error messages. And Safari. Safari for the Mac is not a good mix for what we're doing. So try and use Firefox number one, and if you prefer, go ahead and use Chrome. What I want to show you is the JavaScript console. I've talked about this in the lecture and I believe in the lab also, but there is a command in Firefox called Control-Shift-J. Hold down the Control key and the Shift key at the same time and press J, and up pops a console. And you can see your JavaScript errors on this console. You can see your CSS errors. You can see all your errors on this screen. Now the first thing I'm going to have you do is, because whenever you're surfing the net and going to different web pages, there are going to be errors all over the place. So the first thing you want to do on this console, even before you start working on, say, an exercise or a lab project, is hit clear on that. That'll get rid of all the old stuff, and you'll only be looking at new messages, which are obviously much more important to us. So let's do it. I've cleared the console. Again, Control-Shift-J brought this up. I've cleared the console. I'm going to bring up an exercise, and I'm going to put the console right next to the exercise. Kind of see them both at the same time. Now it says add 12 to this variable, so I will go ahead and do it. Do not. Okay, it looks like I'm following all the directions, and if everything goes right, I should see a success, and I see a success right there. Looks like this message is coming from somewhere else. That's not my message. Let me click on JavaScript and I'll see if there's an error message. No JavaScript errors, and that's why my success came out. So let's return to this exercise and do it again, but this time let's make a mistake and see what happens. Alright, I don't know if you can see it there, but that is a mistake. I'm supposed to add 12 here, and I just forgot the 12. That is a bug. That is a problem. That is not good. So I'm going to run this, and many of you have seen this before, where instead of seeing the word success up here, you see nothing. And it's nothing because I had a big mistake in my code. I made a problem. This is bad syntax. This is not good at all. And if you come down here and look at this error message, it's saying expected expression got semicolon. It's saying somewhere around line 24 of my code there was a problem. Boom. That is the problem right there. That semicolon is out of place. There should be a 12 in front of it. You can see how these messages are coming out. We want to clear these messages. Let's try it again. Now there's another command I want to show you too when I return to exercise. And this might help you isolate the line number a little bit better when finding it. We're going to do employee age plus 9 here. And the command I want to teach you is console.log. And I'll just put a before and after. Now the console.log says right to that same screen we were just looking at. Right to this screen right here. Now before I start this exercise, I'm going to hit clear on that so I make sure I'm looking at new fresh error message. It's a very common mistake to be looking at old error messages and think you have a problem. Make sure you hit clear. If you're debugging a problem, hit clear before you submit the exercise. and I'll run it. Now you'll notice the console.log did not hurt anything. It didn't hurt anything at all. I ran my thing. I got a success on here. Ugh, I forgot to change the word. I was supposed to change that to after. Anyway, but you can see before came out twice. The first time it came out and the second came out. Now, why is this helpful? Why is that console log helpful? Because it can kind of isolate where your problem is if you run into some problem. All right, let's make a mistake and let's see how to debug it. First thing I'm going to do is hit clear on my browser console because I want to get rid of my old error messages so they don't confuse me on my new assignment here. We'll load up the exercise. We'll do a console.log before, and we'll hit copy there and hit bang bang. We'll do an after. Again, I don't have to do these console logs all the time. I only have to do them while I'm debugging to try and figure out what's going on here. So this says add 11 to Sally's age and store it back into Sally's age. So I'll paste it and I'll say equal, and then I'll say boom, and then I'll do a plus, and then I'll do a semicolon. And what I'm missing here is that second operand. I'm missing the 11 here. So this code is not going to run. In fact, it's going to bomb out, and I'm not going to see anything on my output when this program runs because the program can't run with such a severe syntax error. So I'll run this program, and boom. Wow, I couldn't even get my before and after. That shows you when you make a most significant enough error here, you're not even going to see the before and after message because the code couldn't run at all. When JavaScript analyzed this, it said the error is so severe I could not execute this code. So I didn't even get to see my before and after. But I still got a fairly decent thing. Expected expression, I've got a semicolon instead. It's pointing you to that semicolon right there and saying I expected something there other than the semicolon. So there you have it. That's what I want you to look at. I want you to start pulling up that browser console. I want you to hit clear before you run your exercise or lab. Run your exercise and lab and check out the error messages. If you see error messages, expect to see nothing up here. If your code runs, great. But if you see error messages here, it's going to bomb out and not execute properly. So the two main topics here I want you to understand is show that console. Take a look at those error messages. And number two, use that console.log before and after to try and see and get a better idea what your code is doing. You can even use it in this case. Let's pop that there, pop that there. Let's return to exercise. Let's try and do this again. I'm going to say V on that. Okay, so my variable is student age. Copy. V. Now it says add 7. I'm going to make a real simple mistake here. Just going to add 6. Now the other thing here I'm going to do is add a plus student age right there and get an idea what's going in the student age variable. Before you run, make sure you hit clear because you don't want old messages interfering with your new program running. Now I'm going to run it. This is just a slight error. I got the number wrong, but it should run. There's nothing wrong with this program except it's calculating the wrong result. And you can see that before executed, so there wasn't a problem in the code there. It executed this line of code. It executed the line after that, and afterwards student age came 22. Uh-oh. Now, student age started with a 16 in it. Adding 7 should have produced a 23. You somehow came up with 22 because you got this second number wrong. So there you have it. Use a console.log command In order to help you debug your code, use the console itself, and you should find yourself a happier time. And again, all of this was done under Firefox. I really like Firefox's browser console a lot better than everybody else's. Try and use Firefox if you're having trouble debugging your code. Thank you.